Do you want to wager that there is a location in this world that is so awful you would prefer to be unaware of it? It's huge, deserted, solitary, and a scientific mystery, which makes it a frightening place. Together, let's take a fictitious tour of the universe's architecture. Our familiar home planet, Earth, is where we begin. As our spacecraft takes off, it passes well-known planets including Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn before departing the solar system. We leave the solar system far behind as we enter the interstellar medium at the end of the heliosphere. We travel farther into the Milky Way, the vast expanse of our galaxy. We find unfathomable numbers of stars here, some of which have distinguished names like Sirius and Alpha Centauri. We see the birth of stars, travel through nebulae dotted with stars, and come across enigmatic black holes. We identify other star clusters far outside our galaxy. With increasing distance, we can make out the Andromeda Galaxy, the small and large Magellanic Clouds, and other galaxies. We identify the Virgo Galaxy Cluster, a massive group of galaxies. Here, gravity binds hundreds of galaxies together. In a fascinating cosmic ballet, we watch as galaxies influence, attract, repel, and occasionally unite. With more than 1,300 galaxies, the Virgo Galaxy Cluster provides a striking illustration of the universe's immensity and variety of structures. We continue our journey to the Shapley Supercluster, a supercluster of galaxies known as the Virgo Cluster, of which our Milky Way is only a small part. Invisible dark matter strands connect this vast network of galaxy clusters. The Shapley Supercluster is made up of many million galaxies and hundreds of galaxy clusters. We identify the filaments, which are structures that galaxies and galactic clusters use to orient themselves. Then, as we continue to soar, we come to recognize a mystery region of the universe, a vast emptiness that is so vast that it leaves us speechless. We feel as though we are gazing into the cosmos, where light and the dance of vibrant galaxies dazzled our eyes just a second ago. Now, there's a threatening blackness. This enigmatic object is known to astronomers as the dipole repeller. This void in space has an enigmatic effect on galaxy motion and most likely plays a role in the universe's faster expansion. Not enough research has been done to determine the precise nature and function of this area. Nonetheless, scientists believe that the dipole repeller plays a crucial role in maintaining the universe's stability and functions as an unseen cosmic compass. In 2017, a group of astronomers led by Yehuda Hoffman claimed that the dipole repeller, the most enigmatic structure in the cosmos, might be one of the primary activators of the universe. Cosmologists have spent years investigating the basis of the structure of our known universe, using data from the Cosmic Flows 3 catalog and the 2-micron All-Sky Survey, 2MASS. The distribution and movements of galaxies in the so-called cosmic stream pattern have been the subject of years of analysis in these two studies. The spectral light shift of millions of galaxies has been observed by the 2MASS redshift study. Astronomers can use the light shift to calculate the speed and distance of galaxies in space. Galaxies coming toward us get bluish, whereas galaxies moving away from us gradually shift toward the red color spectrum. The distribution and exploration of galaxies in our cosmic vicinity are the focus of the Cosmic Flows 3 collection. This catalog's data accurately depicts the motion of galaxies, producing patterns of our universe that demonstrate interactions and flows between huge structures like the dipole repeller and the Great Attractor. The so-called Hydra Centaurus Supercluster's center is where the Great Attractor is located. Presumably a vast and large area of the cosmos, the Great Attractor also affects the motion of galaxies nearby. The dipole repeller repels galaxies, whereas the attractor's gravitation draws them in. Another way to describe the attractor and repeller is as a cosmic vortex. Complex patterns of galaxy movements in the universe as we know it are the result of the two interacting. We now understand that everything in the universe is always moving and in a state of flow. Researchers are still unsure about the precise function of the attractor and repeller, and more importantly, if these two are the largest structures or if there are other larger units. Another amazing truth that can be discovered by looking at these maps of the universe's structure is that they seem like living entities. The shapes resemble the little bones in the snail's ear or possibly a brain. These kinds of pictures make people wonder if the universe is indeed a giant living creature. Ultimately, may we be nothing more than a cosmic entity, similar to the mitochondria found in our own cells? We are unlikely to have all the answers to these problems for hundreds or even millennia. Attractors and repellers are still purely cosmological ideas. These structures are probably there, but no one has seen them yet. Even if you possessed a spaceship with a warp drive, you would never want to visit the dipole repeller, according to scientists' horrific depiction of it. The dipole repeller is an incredibly dark and terrible part of the world, gloomy, lonely, and mysterious. Galaxies in this enigmatic region appear to be repulsed by a dreadful, unseen power. However, what is this force? What possesses the immense power to drive whole clusters of galaxies away from itself? And why does it appear like there is a secret purpose behind everything in the universe? Unsolvable mysteries arise from the notion of a spooky, nearly empty universe that is continuously pushing galaxies into the boundless void. The dipole repeller is an enigmatic exception to the general rule that everything in the cosmos is looking for community, as anyone who watches the dying of the galaxies can see. What else is this unsettling eclipse for? Is there a more specific explanation for why galaxies are being pushed out from this region, and what is inside it? Something seems to be happening in this area that we cannot comprehend, much like the equally enigmatic voids. We are approaching an unbreakable limit in both our knowledge and our physical quantities. The dipole repeller is still a purely cosmological idea, enormous voids without another dimension, but the voids have long been detected and verified to exist. In addition, voids are enormous areas of the cosmos where the distribution of matter in galaxies is vanishingly small in relation to their average density. But voids just seem empty, according to researchers. Sole a handful of galaxies are found there. They are so isolated that scientists who reside there likely believed for a long time that they were the sole galaxy in a huge emptiness. It is impossible to imagine the distances between the stuff and the vast emptiness. These areas have a low density, according to measurements, and the big voids are most likely direct effects of the Big Bang. Astronomers studying the distribution of galaxies in the cosmos made the initial discovery of voids in the 1970s. They saw areas where galaxies were either scarcely present or non-existent. Named for the constellation of the same name, the Bootes void is the most well-known of these. The greatest voids that scientists are now aware of are supervoids, which span hundreds of millions of light-years. Voids are being thoroughly investigated since they may hold the secret to deciphering and comprehending dark energy. Researchers have come up with the most bizarre theories because of the weird things that previous studies have shown concerning the voids. Therefore, voids may also resemble scar tissue in the cosmic web. Parallel worlds may have merged at these locations, according to calculations made by researchers. This would imply that voids are portals to other universes, or that we actually inhabit a multiverse. Even more fascinating theories contend that voids might not actually be empty. According to some experts, intelligent civilizations might be operating in these voids in the sky, able to eclipse entire galaxies and use their energy for personal gain. This hypothesis's thoughts and ideas date back to the 1940s, when Russian scholar Nikolai Kardashev proposed that superintelligence, which has been developing over centuries, would eventually be able to construct enormous power plants around galaxies, rendering them invisible to the naked eye. Although these theories are obviously purely conjectural, they effectively illustrate how these enormous structures are straining the boundaries of our science. Cosmologists and astronomers are desperately looking for solutions from every source at their disposal. What function do dark energy and dark matter serve? The entire cosmological models we have presented to you are predicated on the premise of two forces that no one has really observed or measured, which may sound unbelievable, but it is true. Despite being imperceptible to the naked eye, the presence of dark matter and dark energy has been verified by numerous observations. The visible matter in galaxies and galaxy clusters is influenced by the gravitational pull of dark matter. The bulk of the universe's stuff is really believed to be dark matter, which also provides the fundamental framework for the development of galaxies and cosmic filaments. The huge formations we have shown you are the result of galaxies and galaxy clusters being drawn together by the gravitational pull of dark matter. Another enigmatic entity that functions as a sort of cosmic counterforce is dark energy. On enormous cosmic scales, it causes galaxies to drift apart and accelerates the universe's expansion, among other effects. We find this dark energy and accelerated expansion in the voids and in the dipole repeller. Both the pull of dark matter and the repulsion of dark energy impact these cosmic currents. The theory that dark energy causes the cosmos to expand more quickly, pushing galaxies away from it in some places,